This attack is one of many. We've seen the killing of more than 200 journalists in the past 2 years in Gaza. This is an unprecedented number. Among this very high toll, we know that according to our information and the proof that we've collected and the elements that we have, at least 50 of those journalists were targeted or killed because of their work. This crime against the press, against journalism, will not stop as long as impunity continues. We are calling for a very strong international reaction to the strike, to all of these crimes that I've just listed. We're also calling on the UN Security Council to convene urgently in order to apply Resolution 2222, which is a resolution that guarantees the protection of journalists working in conflict zones. It was created for that. International law must be respected. The accusation against Anas Al Sharif and a number of his colleagues is not new. We've seen it, we had already denounced it, we considered that the proof given was completely insufficient. The answers we got from the Israeli government were not at all satisfactory. We had denounced these accusations back in October, and we considered that we were aware and following the threats and accusations against Anas for a very long time. Many of them were public. We regularly checked up on him. Anas did not want to leave Gaza, not that this is a possibility, unfortunately, for any of the journalists today with the blockade that's imposed, but he wanted to remain and to work. For some point, he was one of the very few journalists who were continuing to work in the north of Gaza. We denounced the accusations that were made against him. We denounced them publicly in a statement last October. And yesterday the worst happened, and we saw that he, alongside 5 of his colleagues, 4 of them from Al Jazeera, were killed in that strike. He leaves behind his wife and his 2 kids who are currently still in Gaza. There continues to be pressure by the international press to go into Gaza. RSF, alongside with our colleagues from the Committee to Protect Journalists, we were able to gather more than 200 signatures by editors from around the world, from major publications and newspapers around the world, who have asked for their right to send their correspondents into Gaza. It is also unprecedented that for this long, the independent press, the international press, has not allowed independent access into a territory that is so important to public opinion, and that has such, what's happening in Gaza today, the consequences are felt all over the world, and so the public everywhere has the right to be informed, and so the press has the right to be there. As long as journalists can be killed with 0 consequences, then there is no reason for their killers to stop. In fact, there is nothing but advantages for them to continue doing that. So justice is very important, and this is what we're working on. We've also asked journalists who are thankfully still alive, but now outside of Gaza, we've helped them file a request to the court asking them to be represented as victims, not just as witnesses, in front of the international court. This is also very important because it gives journalists the chance to speak to an international apparatus of justice and to make their voices heard and to get reparations, not just justice, because that's also very important. They have their lives, but they've lost their homes. Some of them have lost family members or their health, and that's extremely important.